a young team. When do guys typically play their best basketball? When do guys typically play their best hockey, D-Mac? What age? 25 to 30?
Right, 25 to 30 and stuff like this. That's the whole thing, right? Every time, and I was obviously at the game, but caught pieces of the Pistons game and stuff like this. So you got to remember. And I think a lot of our teams, Neal, that we forget how young they are. Even when you go to the Lions, being one of the youngest, not the youngest roster in the NFL, but this is the Detroit Pistons, I believe, are the Red Wings 2 years ago. Maybe last year they'll develop. I think they're going to be the 2 years into last year into one, but it's going to take time. So remember what I used to say a couple years ago? Pick a player. Pick a player. Watch that development of the player because it's going to take time. So I think the youth really shows out. And but I don't think Pistons fans are going to get frustrated yet. Do you?
No, because, and this is what we talked about, at least defending is the last to come. And Jaden Ivey got worn out on some switches last night. He got isolated and targeted. And D-Mac, you said this before. I hold true to this every single time. Defending is the last thing you learn because there's no way to prepare for it other than when you're targeted and you have to deal with it. That's it.
It's like work ethic, right? It's like work ethic. It's a choice. Defense is more of a choice, and it's more of a together.
It's a want-to game.
Here, it doesn't matter. Even some of the best defensemen of all time in the NHL, right? Like you look at a guy, and it just popped into my mind, a guy like Zdeno Chara, the biggest defenseman to play, but you could abuse him, so to speak, or use your speed until he figured out how to use his size and his reach to his advantage. Once he figured out the game, right? And it wasn't, and think about this, Zdeno Chara at 6'9", Neal, right? Who's the most physical player, the toughest player, the strongest player when he was in the NHL, right? But the fact is, in the league that evolved into a skating league where he had to learn how to skate, he figured it out.
Right.
Different guys figure it out. So defense is sort of a figure it out. Offense is more natural, and it, for the most part, comes naturally in every sport. You hear Derek Lalonde. What's he talk about? Our defensive game. If it's not there, and it's commitment. And to the young guys, yeah, I'm going to pray. If I'm another team and it's a younger guy on the other team, we're going to see what he's made of. So you're going to get him. If it comes in this conversation, it comes to Ivy. He hasn't had the reps playing against men. So I can explain the why, and I'm willing to accept that now. Now you're looking, does it improve, right? Does he improve on it, or does this become a habit? Right. That's what you don't want. So
Pistons fan 11 says maybe we shouldn't be switching everything all the time, but that's a coaching decision. I would say, what's the alternative though?
And my thing is, who's he going to learn? Like, this is the one thing as you look around that dressing room. I see guys that are going to learn how to move the ball, learn how to shoot, but who's going to learn how to do the dirty stuff?
This is old as time, guys, with NBA rookies, especially in the NBA. The pick and roll, there's a reason it's been around since the beginning of basketball, and there's a reason it's never gone anywhere, because it works. And you have to learn how to defend it in real time. There is no escape. Kuzma was seeking Ivy last night, on that screen and roll, on that pick and roll. And yeah, I get what you're saying. Maybe try something else, but by then the horses were out of the barn.